so happy to have you here
Thank
at
you.
Build.
Oh, thank you.
To be here.
And gosh.
Hi
Fans
again.
around
I
here.
know all you
I
guys.
love it. I know. I see them wearing merch.
Always.
This is your third Christmas holiday album. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. What's so special about Pentatonix and Christmas? What's the magic there?
I think acapella and Christmas music go well together, and I mean, it's the happiest time of year, so we're just we just keep participating. It's actually we're the happiest group of all, so we just keep participating in that.
So how did you go about choosing the songs for this album? I know there's a couple of originals on there too, which is great.
It was tough because we've
We're
done
running out
so
of
many.
songs.
We're running out of Christmas songs, so if you guys have any suggestions for next year. No, it was just whichever song we thought would be the most fun to sort of Pentatonixify, I suppose. But as for the originals...
Oh, for the originals. Originals are hard.
Yeah.
Because I think everything that's been said about Christmas has been said. So, like, what else can you say about Christmas?
Yeah.
Stockings,
Not totally cliche.
trees, lights. I mean, my goodness. So it's just finding a unique angle that you feel works for you. So I think that's what we try to do with those, and we tried.
Do you think you'll be doing some more originals down the line?
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What do you look for in a good song to cover? Like, what's part of that magic?
Ooh.
I mean, I think that as long as it plays to our strengths,
Yeah.
you know, I think if we hear something like there's like a really cool beatboxing thing that we think of when we hear the song, or if we think that Scott could really kill the solo or one of us could do it, I think that's kind of the biggest thing.
This time you covered Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, which is, you've done a phenomenal job
Thank
with
you.
that
Thank
song.
you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
And this is before he recently passed, so it takes on even more of a meaning now. But a song like that's been covered so many times. How do you make it your own? How do you make it special?
Oh man, I mean, there was definitely a lot of discussion on how we were going to make it our own. I think the biggest change we did was we had each person have a solo in a moment. So I think that changed it up because usually it's just one person singing the whole song. And also we created a build with it. We ended it extremely high energy and epic, and usually it's just reverent and chill.
Play to our strengths.
Yeah.
Yeah, it builds as it goes along. I love the accompanying video with it as well. Yeah, build. But you also did, what is it, an NSYNC cover or a Backstreet Boys?
Oh, we did an NSYNC.
NSYNC.
Yeah, we did a medley of NSYNC songs.
Do you ever hear from some of the bands that you cover, like, oh man, I checked out your song, or I heard it, I loved it? Like, what's the feedback or any interesting feedback that you've gotten?
Yeah, we've gotten some feedback. Most recently, our Gold cover. I know Kiara was like, "That's awesome."
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Get it. That's cool. I didn't know that.
which I love because I love that song.
Discovering things
Heard
right
it
here.
here
Yeah.
live.
But who else? Beyonce posted our video on Facebook, so that was a big deal.
I mean,
I get a little
Queen
emotional.
Bee.
Yeah, Queen Bee. But yeah.
So, you know, for this one, you're also doing in tandem, you're doing a Christmas special that airs tonight
Yeah.
on NBC, 8 o'clock.
Yes.
What I know a little bit about what we can expect, but tell the fans here and the people watching what we can expect tonight on this Christmas special. Because congratulations, like
Thank you.
you're in the canon
you.
of Christmas specials now.
I mean, it really was a dream come true. And what you can expect is just a lot of performances. It's very performance based. And then we have a couple performances with some guests that we're really excited about. And there's a little animated piece,
Yes.
which is really awesome.
Just some comedy elements.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
Comedy.
Thrown in some acting.
Okay.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really crazy.
Yeah.
Out of the group, who's the comedian? Would you say?
Mitchell.
Somebody said it in the crowd. It's me.
Okay, you're the funny guy. You team up with Kelly Clarkson, right, for this special,
Yeah.
and you toured with her. Last summer. What's special about that collaboration with Kelly?
Well, first of all, she's hilarious.
Yeah, she's really funny.
Just,
Speaking
I
of
mean,
humor.
yeah, she's just a funny person in general, and I don't know. And also, she's just a ridiculously amazing singer. I mean, the whole time we were doing this special with her and singing with her, I couldn't focus because she was just
Yeah, I
riffing
had
for
to-
her life.
Yeah.
Getting my part.
She would do something really amazing, and then we would all get really quiet trying
Yeah.
to listen.
Exactly.
But she's so sweet, and she's so inviting, and she's so down to earth, and so, I mean, I feel like we're a group that if we're like around like a diva, we'll get like intimidated really quickly. But she's just so welcoming
Yeah.
and nice, and so we felt comfortable around her, and like working with her was so easy.
That's great. Do you guys get intimidated easily?
I do.
Yeah.
I would say so. Yeah, but you have to kind of pretend like you're not. Like
Yeah.
you're just like I'm here to do my job, and you know.
Yeah, same here. I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, these guys. But actually, I did meet you a couple of years ago, and it was around this time with your other Christmas album. So I feel like we have to do this annual Christmas thing.
Yeah.
We'll have to just
Absolutely.
like besties. So Dolly Parton is also going to be on the special tonight, and you have a very special bond with her because you recently got nominated for another Grammy. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
Yeah. I can't imagine what it would be like to meet Dolly Parton. What was it like for you guys to meet her and to perform with her?
I mean, she's the sweetest person ever. Yeah.
It was just so surreal. Well, it's awesome for someone that's been in the music industry for so long. She's so humble. She's so nice, and she just still has like the complete joy of what she's doing. So it was very amazing to meet her. She was just so lovely.
Did she give you any inside advice on singing that song, or and did she impart any knowledge, having been in the business for so long?
I think her just being her was a lesson
Yeah.
within itself. I mean, just the way she was very gracious and the way she acted, I think that taught us a lot, just the experience of being with her.
Yeah, I would say that she's like the epitome of what you would hope someone of that stature is. Like someone like a legend like that, you would hope that they're kind and giving and sweet and humble, and she has all of those things.
Respectable.
Anything
Absolutely.
funny happen during the taping of the Christmas special? Any like fun outtakes that we won't
gosh.
see on TV?
Kelly was being funny
Kelly was
when we
being.
filmed it. I feel like that had the most outtakes. That was like the funniest
Oh my God.
period of time.
I'm trying to think of anything. I
There's
know
some bad
after.
outtakes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's some that we would never show people. But there was like after we
Those are the
taped
ones
the
I wanna
actual Christmas special, I know that we filmed a couple like interviews and videos and stuff, and we were just in the most hyper mood ever. And yeah, I think that we might release like a outtake video of those.
Yeah, funny outtakes.
Well, that reminds me, because you have such a huge fan base online on YouTube. You really, got going there. What is it about the fans and you guys that you have such a bond with your fans? I mean, even before we had this bill today, people were like, ask them this or don't ask them this. We've heard this before. What is it about you all that you really connect with your fans?
I honestly think it's because we all came from the same place. I feel like we're all like just music lovers, and whether you're a choir nerd or a band nerd or whatever, I think that they see themselves in us and vice versa for us, and so I think it's really cool to be able to share that experience, whether it's at shows or meet and greets or anything like that. But I don't know, I just feel like we're cut from the same cloth, and I think we all feel that way, and I think that's why.
When you look back, you got your start really in 2011. Now it's been going on, 6 years, right? It's kind of crazy. What are the moments that stand out to you the most?
I mean, where do we begin?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so
Every year had such
10 minutes,
milestones.
so
yeah.
I mean, definitely going to the Grammys for the first time and winning a Grammy, the first Grammy, is the most memorable moment for me. And
Singing at the AMAs was really.
yeah.
That was a huge
Too.
moment, yeah.
Because I remember looking at everyone. Oh, and CMAs. AMAs was kind of the first one that we did, I feel like, though. And I just remember
that
seeing
this
everyone
year?
in the audience. That was
Last
Last year.
I was like, man, it's
But I
all
just
coming
remember
together.
standing there, and you could see everyone. We were like in the center. I don't know. And I had a
Yeah.
moment where I was like, oh my gosh, everyone's looking at us.
I know.
the Star Wars theme, right?
Yeah.
Which
so
was
that's
the
best
that's
thing that's
heavy-
ever happened to us.
It's so
Yeah.
weird because there's moments like that are so memorable, but when you're in the moment, it's a blur.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just literally, I get off stage and I'm like, what just happened?
I was
Were we-
so
Oh,
nervous
I
for the
can't
AMAs. I remember I was like, I can't wait till this is over. I was having like,
I also couldn't move in my Star Wars dress, so I had to be escorted out.
Oh, yeah.
oh my gosh.
Back up.
I was stepping
And
on
someone
my
had Avi walk on stage too early.
Yeah, and I followed him, and I remember J-Lo was
Oh my
saying, like,
gosh.
don't go. And I
J-Lo
thought
was
she
like-
was just saying hi, and I was like,
You're like, hi.
like, hey,
no, I kept walking, but
She
someone
was like,
caught me,
"Stop."
but Avi was like way over there.
Okay, if you guys go back and watch the video, like right before our performance, you can see right before Harrison Ford starts to announce us, also cool.
That's a
Harrison
cool thing to
Ford.
just casually
You can
say.
see me, you can see just me walking back from where we're supposed to be. You would think like the stage manager at the AMAs would have stopped me. And she was like, oh, you were too far. I was like, what do you mean I
too
was
far.
She's
Far.
watching this right now.
I couldn't believe it. And it was just me in front of the entire audience there, waiting. I look back, and the entire group's like, it's like, oh, okay, I'll be right there.
That's the worst feeling ever.
Now we're all going to go watch it now.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It's really
Find out.
funny because you can actually see me walking back to where I was actually supposed to be.
You've done so many collaborations over the years. This time, is there anybody that you'd love to collaborate with at this point?
There are lots. I feel like our top contender would be Imogen Heap, just because of her vocal work and her acrobatic voice, and
So talented.
yeah.
Anybody else have somebody different, or
I mean, I feel like I always say Beyonce, and it's so cliche, but I would literally love to work with her.
we
That
already
would be
know
the
she
dream.
likes the cover, so
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Beyonce, if you're watching,
We would totally get along too. It's like, ugh.
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
I think Stevie Wonder would be really, really cool to do like some
That would be rad.
throwback like Motown.
That would be
type
really
thing.
cool.
That'd be awesome.
that'd be amazing. So we love seeing you on the big screen in Pitch Perfect too. I know that was like a quick shoot for you, right? That was like
Yeah.
just a
Yeah.
day.
24 hours. Yeah.
For people who don't like, what was it like to be just like in and out, and you had such an impact? You know, you were there. You're like the rival band, or the rival group, or whatever.
I mean, it was really cool. It was definitely like lightning in a bottle. We were like there and then out instantly, and it was insane, intimidating, because we were on this huge movie set. There's a million trailers, all these celebrities just casually walking backstage, and then Elizabeth Banks was so sweet, and she was. I was just
Sorry.
pretending that no one would
Elizabeth
notice, and then of course Kirsty laughed at
I'm
me.
sorry. I can't help it.
She was like so sweet, and she was just like, "Do your thing. What y'all do is awesome." And we
Yeah.
were like, "Are you gonna tell us anything else, or we're just gonna go on?" But yeah, it was really fun and an honor.
So what about Pitch Perfect 3? Is there any?
Canada.
Canada
makes
Strikes
a comeback.
Back.
Yeah, Canada
Canada Strikes Back.
Canada
That's
Strikes
it.
Back.
Oh.
Do you think we'll
that was
see,
there.
or we?
You know, I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so.
We haven't heard yet.
No
You're
news.
watching.
Okay.
Elizabeth
yeah,
Banks.
Yes. Yeah.
absolutely.
Whoever's in it, let us be in. This,
Yeah.
It was such a it was fun little appearance on that. you know?
Yeah.
So looking ahead, okay, this is one of your last days of work essentially before the end of the year, right? What does 2017 have in store for you?
I think just a ton of
man.
songwriting, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
we have
thinking
like.
about-
Sorry, keep
No,
going.
no. You
Fully interrupting you. Like, wait, let me talk.
No, we're thinking about another original album. So we're really thinking about just songwriting a ton.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have like a bunch of really exciting covers that we're excited about. I'm killing it right now.
Fans are excited.
No, we have a few cover ideas that we're pumped about. I think that they're going to be amazing.
But it'll be nice to finally have the time to go into songwriting mode, because before we were always so busy, and so it was like, oh, hurry, let's think of all these creative ideas, and then like push them all out, and they had to be like amazing. But now we'll have like a break, relax, some time to actually like really get in there and
Yeah.
be creative.
And how does that work for you all? Like, are you really in there all together, or one of you kind of works on a part on him or herself?
It's not all together because it's too many ideas
Yeah.
thrown out, so it's easier to do it with like songwriting team plus one or songwriting team plus a duo or something like that.
And we're hoping to do, before it was like whenever we were home to be able to fit stuff in, but we're hoping to do like camps, like long weeks of like actually immersing ourselves into that creative space, which I feel like will be really cool.
Talk about a cappella. Having been in this world for pretty much your whole lives, right? And now really being on the height of it. Do you think it's on the upswing? Like it's here to stay? How have you guys revolutionized it?
Well, thank you. I think I think it definitely made a comeback. I mean, a lot more people are starting to kind of get on board with it and understand that mostly it's all about just fun and kitsch. And although we're not the kitschiest a cappella group, we still appreciate it because it does take a good amount of skill and practice. And I don't know, I'm just excited that people are starting to really appreciate it.
And it's also just kind of making its way into pop culture. I've seen, like, I see commercials where they're doing little acapella moments, or I'll see a Key and Peele skit where they're like doing an acapella thing. And then there's like a Broadway show that's acapella now, and it's so cool to kind of see it sprinkled throughout. I wouldn't say it's having this intense like moment, but like it's just kind of it's making its waves.
Yeah, and I think that we're kind of helping it become like something that's not so kitschy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's amazing. We love that and we grew up with that. But it's really cool to be able to just be a band that happens to use their voices, you know? And I think that people are actually starting to see us like that in some ways.
Yeah.
And that's really, really, really cool.
Well, you definitely, hit the kind of mainstream, being on all these award shows. I mean, people who didn't know you now. How much has your life changed in the last even 2 years, right?
Oh my gosh.
So much.
I don't even know where to begin.
I feel like every single year is like, wow.
So different.
I can't
Yeah.
believe that all of those things happened, or like changes with us individually, or with the group, or things that we do. It's just every year is so jam packed with a lot of things.
Yeah.
We've really fine-tuned the business, I would say, and musically as well. We know each other very well. We know each other's voices, and I think it's just been there's been a deeper level of understanding all around.
Yeah, and I feel like we've matured so much too. I mean, we started, they were 19, you were 22, I was 23.
Yeah.
And so now, it's 5 years. We've learned so much as a band. Just grown up and matured so much. And I feel like we're just better humans than we were before.
I love to hear that. What advice would you give to some up-and-coming singers?
Oh man, first thing I would say is just enjoy the journey. It's not about these accomplishments. It really is about the journey. Because, I feel like accomplishment after accomplishment, it's like, wow, that happened, but we're always looking for more. So if you're always looking for more, just think more about the journey, because you're always going to want more, I think. And so I think about how you've grown and the things that you've learned. That stays with you forever.
Also, accomplishments aren't always like accolades and like known things. I feel like you have to recognize and like give credit to yourself that you do make accomplishments on an everyday basis, or what you're doing, or if you're putting yourself out there, you get this many views, or you made a video and it's the best video you've ever made. Like all those things too are very important, because I feel like you have to be confident and happy with what you're doing, because that will resonate in your music and in your work. So you have
Completely.
to like take credit and give yourself a pat on the back along the way.
Sure. Yeah.
Literally.
Oh no, I was gonna say I totally agree with that. Put yourself in situations that make you comfortable and happy, because that's where art comes from, when you're feeling good and it's free flowing. Yeah.
I also think it's really, really important to keep really good people around you. The type of people that lift you up and don't drag you down to where you don't want to go. I think that's super, super important.
Well, because it's Christmas, I'd love to do like a little speed round of questions.
Okay.
Okay?
These are
Here,
Like
we-
related
oh.
to holidays and Christmas and all that. We'll start with you.
Oh, here it goes.
Okay, favorite holiday tradition, either with Pentatonix or with your family.
Us going home.
Yes.
We always
That's
say,
it.
we're like,
Leaving
not
each
the
other.
gift of going away from each other.
Yes, absolutely.
Anything from you? From your Yeah, we can go around.
Traditions. I would say I always bake with my mom.
That's sweet.
Simple, but
Love
you know.
that.
Thank you.
No one in my family can bake, so I watch It's a Wonderful Life with my family.
Nice.
I love that movie.
I bake a happy birthday Jesus cake with my family.
That's fun.
And she puts
2016 candles. I'm just kidding. We don't put that many.
which is
It's
the
generally
sequel
like
to
4.
60 Candles.
My family and I usually go up to the mountains and the forest and just, I don't know, be lumberjacks, and
Cut down trees.
it's cool. Just being in the forest, being away from everything,
Yeah,
It's nice.
Get
Back
away.
to the
It's
roots.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So, because you put out a Christmas album, I know you've covered so many Christmas songs. There's got to be one favorite. Okay, got to be.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I love that song. Wow. Yeah.
From our music?
Yeah.
I would say God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. That one's really fun to do live as well.
Okay.
That is my favorite one to do live, but I would have to say Mary Did You Know?
Okay.
Because I sang that growing up in church since I was a little kid, and so I just, thank you.
We have
It's a long
It
S.
just means a lot to me, and every time like I watch it, I'm just so happy that we covered it.
My favorite is Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah.
Recently, I would say either God Rest or White Christmas.
All good choices.
Thank you.
I love the reaction that we're getting.
Yeah.
It's really fun. What about the best gift you ever received?
Oh man, probably video games.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I really like RPG games, and so my cousin gave me Final Fantasy VII, and so I just lost it, and I didn't come out of my room, so it was great.
When I was 13, my parents got me like a full-size keyboard, like electronic keyboard, and that was very pivotal for me, because that's kind of, I would just stay in my room for hours just playing it and kind of figuring my voice out, and yeah, it was very therapeutic.
you are.
And here I am.
My parents, I did not think I was going to get in 64 for Christmas, but they surprised me with it, and I freaked out. Yeah, they came through. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I think a Game Boy was my favorite. Like in Pokemon, I was like turning up for that.
Nice.
A couple years ago, my sister gave me a box of sauces, and if you know anything about me, you know I love sauces. And she knows everything about me, so that's great. Yeah, but it had like barbecue, sweet chili. It also had like 5 barbecue sauces.
Turn up.
And these were like really cool, like hipster sauces, like
Sure.
hickory with apple and like, jalapeno ranch and like stuff like that. It was really great news.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
off the list. Well, on that note, we're out of time for our portion, but I would love to hear from the crowd out here with some questions.
Wow.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
I wanted to know if you guys had scent speakers at your concert.
Oh my gosh.
What smells would you have? Like, for example, if you had To the River in your set, you could make it smell like the ocean or something like that.
Oh, yeah, it's
That's
cedar.
Like hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
It's funny that you say that. So, a little context. I tweeted once I had this idea that I feel like speakers should have scents that come out depending like what genre of music is playing, which is a terrible idea looking back on it. But yeah, what To the River would be, I feel like cedary, you know?
Be a good one.
To the river.
I know it's a river, but
The
like in the
river would-
forest.
I imagine
Sure,
like
I feel that.
you know, and then the wet smell of like rocks in a river, like that, like.
my God.
pretty
Yeah, I know that smell.
Love that smell.
scent.
That's a really hard question for some reason.
You know those?
That's
Oh,
really
also,
difficult.
you know those exist now.
Wait, really?
So,
Yeah, so copyright me.
patent that.
Yeah, go find that
Made
tweet.
that cat, bro.
I think that Na 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 could be like some like tropical like Caribbean flower or something.
Hey, about it.
I could dig that.
Take me
about
there.
That's awesome.
Cracked would be like fire.
Yeah, smoky, something smoky.
See, I'm getting excited about this idea again. We'll revisit it.
I don't think it's a bad idea to be honest.
Sounds like a
so
safety hazard. Like, what if someone puts eucalyptus all over?
Oh, true.
You know what I mean? And
Oh.
people are allergic to that.
Hey, try not to crush my dreams.
Sorry.
All right. Next question.
Hi again, guys. So I was wondering, since you guys are really great at structuring songs, you really understand, how the song should flow. If there was any way that you wanted to write a song for somebody else, maybe Broadway or even a specific, artist that you would like to work with and write for.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be amazing to write songs, and I think that each one of us individually could like choose probably 50 artists that we would want to write a song for. But yeah, that would be amazing.
I think what we do and how we arrange and write too would work really well for a Broadway show because we like to have a lot of energy and belting and harmonies, and I think that would translate really well to the stage.
Great. We're going to take our next question from an online viewer.
Okay.
So Amy would like to know, what is the funniest thing that has ever happened, accidental or on purpose, while on tour or performing?
There's been a
well,
lot of funny
so
moments.
many.
Last few
Yeah, we were at I think a Big Ten university performing, and we're going back for an encore, and I get up and I trip, and literally the stage goes boom, and everybody just looks back at me. They're like, "Oh, he definitely tripped. He's
Flat on the
definitely on the
face.
floor."
He was just literally face down on the ground.
I was just like
was
face
sad.
down.
It was very funny.
It was bad.
And I had that moment where I was like, do I go help him up or do I keep performing?
Do I
Like,
keep
have you seen that
laughing?
Destiny's Child video where Beyonce just steps over Michelle? I know, and I was like, I don't want to do
I
that.
know that.
Yeah.
There was a funny moment recently that you and I had where we were on stage doing Na Na Na, and wait, what happened though? Why did we start laughing?
You forgot your part or something?
No, Scott. I started laughing because remember you started to.
Oh, that was another night.
Oh,
I
there's
messed
another
up on
one?
Na 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 a lot. But I
There was
turned the
one
wrong
night.
way.
Oh, I know why. It was because we were tired, and so I was really giggling.
Yeah. Oh, I did mess up the choreo or something, and we were just laughing. And then we just stopped. We both stopped singing, and we just laughed the whole time. And after Mitch was like, "What was going on? Na Na Na." I felt like not very full or something. I was like, because
I was
Kirsty
like,
and I
I
weren't
was not
singing.
singing. That entire show, though, I was laughing because we have a moment in Michael Jackson medley too.
Where we have to stare at each
We
other.
had to stare at each other, and I like laughed in the microphone. I was like, I don't know, it was very funny.
And there was one time where I
Very
like
tired.
completely got all the choreo wrong, and Kevin was like, looked at me like, "What are you doing?"
I was just
I don't know why. It was just one of those nights.
Because he literally goes the other way and he's like opposite of me, and I'm like,
And I also like
Right here.
when I went the wrong way too, I didn't like commit.
No.
I was like,
it
it was like so embarrassing.
Yeah, that happens to me pretty much every show. I think. So every day.
Oh my
Now
gosh.
you know how it feels.
We have one last question from the crowd.
Awesome. Hi, guys.
Hi.
So I'm also a musician, and so I'm curious as to like where your creative inspiration comes when you're writing a Christmas album, because I know you can't really ask for inspiration at certain times, but at the same time, it's like you're not always in the Christmas spirit. So do you feel, and this might be different independently, but when you're trying to write an original song for a Christmas album, do you feel like you have to be like in the Christmas spirit, or is it just one of those things that just like happens and you're like, I need to write this down so that now that I'm feeling it?
I mean, I think we just listen to the song a lot and try to get in the Christmas spirit, but also we try to like analyze it in a way like this song feels really nostalgic and it feels
Yeah.
good. Let's hold on to the essence of that and let's figure out how we can make it our own but not lose that. And so we're kind of thinking of it that way.
For Christmas
Yeah.
songs, I can't listen to too many because then I feel like I become really cliche with what I'm trying to say. And I feel like with the songs that are on this album, we found a particular like niche spot to where like good to be bad. Well, what feels like that, or Christmas sing along? What is something we can say for that? It's not just like snow and lights and like the general terms. So. Yeah, I feel like I did not listen to Christmas music on purpose because when I tried, it became very cheesy and like too snow is falling.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, like when, like for example, like That's Christmas to Me, it was, this siren is crazy. No,
Welcome
no,
to
like,
New York.
no, so yeah, like for example, like That's Christmas to Me, it was like a random Saturday night, and I was trying to write for PTX Volume 3, and then it's like you said, it just sounded very nostalgic, and I was like, oh, this feels more like a Christmas song. And so like I wrote some lyrics and then I sent it to the band, and then that's kind of how it came about. So I feel like it really happens randomly, and then you kind of just take what that feeling is, and you're like, oh, this feels maybe more like Christmas, and you just kind of craft
Add
around that.
Christmas words.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not Christmas words. It's like, oh, this is the
And
feeling.
it was so hard to finish the lyrics too, because we got together and tried to finish the lyrics, and it was like, okay, snow is falling.
Exactly,
We're
we're like-
"Nope, I think that's been said before.
Yeah, like this has been said. This has been said. It's so difficult.
Well, thank you for the question. And apparently it worked because the album is great. It's out now, Pentatonix Christmas. And check out the special tonight on NBC,
Yes.
8
Yay.
o'clock. Thank you for your questions. Thank you guys for coming by.
Thank you,
today.
yeah.
For having us.
Pentatonix.
Guys.